Happy Halloween. This is me in 2001, I think. And I don't know why it looks like I'm throwing up a West Side sign. Trust me, I was not throwing up West Side signs in suburban Florida. But that's me as Michael Myers in 2001. I went as Michael Myers for Halloween a lot. And not really to trick or treat and get candy, but more just to dress up. I always really enjoyed dressing up for Halloween. What I remember loving most was putting on the Michael Myers mask, wearing a pair of my dad's coveralls, putting on some black shoes, carrying around a fake butcher knife, and just slowly walking down the street, moving like Michael Myers in that robotic style, scaring the kids on the block in a creepy way, not jumping out, not jump scares, just the boogeyman staring from down the street underneath a streetlight. The original 1978 Halloween thrives on atmosphere. An atmosphere of eerie mystery. What lurks in the dark? Who is watching me? Am I alone? You can call Halloween a slasher flick, but by the modern day definition, it kinda does the movie a disservice. Halloween has been copied over and over again, and even Halloween took some parts from other movies from the past, but for the most part, the movies that copy Halloween are copying the wrong things. Just like Jaws and the big-ass shark movie copycats that came after copying the wrong things, Halloween's many slasher successors copied the wrong stuff, because what cemented Halloween as a classic was not the over-the-top kills or body count, but it was the sense of a slow-paced dread and the eerie feeling that we all sometimes get when we feel like we're being watched. It's a naturally creepy setting, a naturally creepy atmosphere. Just a regular old Halloween night with kids trick-or-treating, teenagers hanging out, and a nice and safe neighborhood. It does a good job keeping itself grounded. The opening scene is by far my favorite opening in any horror film. While POV shots don't really instill a sense of fear in the audience, in my opinion, they can be a little gimmicky. This one does a great job showing just a slow and steady predator and prey dynamic, slowly walking up to the house, creeping around, peering through windows, the murder, and then at the end of the scene, it's revealed that the person's eyes we were looking through the entire time was actually a child, a boy. It's a fantastic setup for the entire feel of the movie, where we know Michael Myers is lurking around every corner. We remember the opening scene as the movie progresses, further instilling the feeling of being watched. That's why the POV shot works, in my opinion. It's not there for a gimmick, it's there to kind of set up that feeling further on in the movie. While the original Halloween will probably feel like a slow-paced slog for some people nowadays to watch it for the first time, it's that slow pace that I appreciate, and I'm sure I have some nostalgia goggles for the original, but to me, it nails the feeling of creepy, stoking the public's fear even of serial killers in the 1970s. Of course, some of the middle parts of the movie are typical of the genre, a little silly, some pretty bad acting, but hey, shoestring budget, and the campy feeling without a doubt fits. Most of the film is build-up, tension, building. When Michael Myers finds Laurie Strode and the chase begins, predator and prey, the survival instinct kicks in, fight or flight. The most straight-out terrifying scene in the movie is when Laurie is in the closet and Michael is breaking through. She's hopeless, like an animal backed into the corner as the wolves circle in. It's terrifying. And my favorite shot in the movie is when Laurie is sitting down and we see Michael Myers in the background, laying on his back, injured, or so we think, and he robotically pops up and turns his head towards the camera. I love it. I love it so much. The way he moves is creepy enough. He's not a hulking maniac sprinting and jumping and yelling. He's completely silent. He moves slowly with stride. He's the boogeyman in the shadows. Another aspect of the movie, of course, is the music. It's incredibly simple and reminds me of the way the music in Jaws was used to indicate danger, a repetitive tune that is used as cadence to set the pace of the scene. And in a lot of ways, Halloween reminds me of Jaws. In Jaws, we don't see the shark that often, and that makes things even scarier. The sense of something lurking in the deep, swimming around you. To me, that is far more scary than seeing a big-ass shark munching on people. It's that mystery that solidifies it. And Halloween is very similar in feeling with the way they use Michael Myers, sparingly, popping up here and there just to watch, just to observe, just to wait. So yeah, Halloween, a classic. One that I grew up watching on repeat every October, a movie and character that inspired many years of costumes for me, a movie that, by today's standards, might be a little slow-paced for some, and I get that, but a movie that perfectly captures the feeling of creepy through lighting, heavy shadows, a silent and steady villain, a quiet neighborhood, and a score that when you hear it, instantly puts you on edge. Happy Halloween. HelloGreedo, out.